It's been 4 years.
It really has been a while. Welcome to the new workshop. So, where have I been? It's been 4 years. I've definitely been doing a bit more on Instagram, but still not overly regularly. So, a lot's happened in the last 4 years. I've moved house, that was in the last year. I have got a new workshop, built that this year and sort of part of last year. So 2024 going into 2025. Then life happens. I've had a new job in the last couple of years, which keeps me very busy. I'm teaching now, so that keeps me really busy and very tired. So it's been busy, very busy. But I've got this new workshop. It's still a bit of a state. I'll show you around. We're gonna have a bit of a tidy up, and then I can actually start using this and start making some stuff. So here we go. Starting over in this corner of the workshop, it's still very much a work in progress. I'm sort of working things out as I go, but I have started building in some proper storage and all that sort of stuff. I plan to mirror this on the other side of the workshop, which we'll get to in just a moment. I've still got my lathe. I've got a couple of turning projects in mind, which I really need to get done. So I will get on that soon. Then we've got my router table, which is now on a proper stand. And I've upgraded the spindle. So instead of having a little Catchup trimmer, I've now got a full-on motor in there, 2400 watt, I think it might be, so that that can do everything, do anything. And I've got the Craig router lift, which helps me adjust it really easily. And I'm trying to keep as organized as I can. This cabinet was my grandfather's, so that's now turned into a drill bit and router cabinet. That's all there. And then we are pretty good. I've put some art up on the wall. So yeah, just trying to make it a bit more visually interesting as well as being functional, really. There we go, that's this corner. And then we come over to this corner of the workshop, and it's, again, a mess. So the plan is, like I say, to mirror the storage I've got over this side in this corner. I'll move my flag. Pup the band just had an album out this year. It's fantastic. Go and have a listen. The drill press is still on wheels. That needs to be put in a final location. That's probably going to be that end of the workshop somewhere. But it will be storage. I'll keep the miter saw here where it is. I'll raise it up so I can use these extra bits of storage going across as outfeed for the chop saw. Got my favourite sign that I think I've ever made, aside from my logo sign, which is at the front of the workshop. And I have splurged and got aircon in the workshop. That heats and cools, so I don't have to worry about having a little space heater about. I've got it on now because it's about 30 degrees in the UK at the moment, which feels very hot, so it keeps me cool. I've still got my red storage there. I'm sort of working out what's going in there and what's going in the drawers and the cupboard in my workbench and stuff like that. But it's sort of going to work itself out, hopefully, as I use it more and more. Good, let's move around a smidge. And then over in this corner, we have got the CNC machine. Will be up and running very soon. That's at the moment storage for a couple of projects that I've got on the pipeline. I've got my hand tool cabinet up here. I need to amend this. I've got some new planes and things since I built this, so that needs to all change. I'm going to move my sanders and sharpeners. I think I'll have my sharpeners over as close to the lathe as possible, so that when I'm using the lathe I can just quickly sharpen stuff and carry on with what I'm doing. And then this will be sort of general storage and stuff like that, really, all under here. Under the CNC is absolutely packed with stuff at the moment, so I've still got to do a lot of stuff there. And I have invested in a bobbin sander and a proper bench grinder with a diamond wheel, so bench grinder for sharpening, and the bobbin sander, remember the name of it, bobbin sander, or spindle sander some call it, will be for a couple of the projects that are stacked up over here. So I'll give you a quick rundown of what they are. So you might have seen on my Instagram that I made a Telecaster recently. So if you don't know what a Telecaster is, a Fender Telecaster guitar, electric guitar. It was really fun to make. It was always something I wanted to do. I've been playing guitar for a few years. Started in 2009, played for 5 or 6 years. Stopped and have picked it up again more recently. So I'm really enjoying all that. But I've actually been working on, now I know how to use woodworking tools, I've been working on making some more guitars. So, I should have organised this before I started filming a video. So I've got another Telecaster body, which I've hollowed out in the middle. So that is really light. The other one I made is incredibly heavy. So this is going to be what they call an Esquire. So it will just have one pickup in the neck. I'm looking forward to completing that. I've got the neck here, pre-bought the neck. So the neck is already done, fretted and everything. Got these from somewhere on eBay, and they're really good necks. I put a solid maple neck on my other Telecaster and it plays beautifully. The fretwork is done really nicely. There's no rough edges on the ends of the frets or anything like that. So they're really good necks, and I'm still considering buying up the stock of what's left because they're sort of, what do they call it, end of line stock or something. So that's that. So that's going to go on there. I've got some binding and stuff to do on this one, so I'm giving myself a bit of a challenge. Finishing with paint and things has never really been my strong point, so I'm going to paint this one. It's going to be solid, just black. I'm going to put some white binding around the edge, have my neck on there like that. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the biggie, which will probably take a lot longer to get to. I've got the template set still bound up in tape here. I've got plans, we'll see how that goes, to make the Frank Zappa Roxy SG. So my hope with that is that I can replicate it as best as I can. It won't be a full replica because it just won't be. But I've got to make the neck and everything for that, and that terrifies me a little bit. So that will take a while, but I will get to it. I've got all the timber ready, so I'm ready to go. I just need to learn a hell of a lot of steps, and I think get some more equipment as well. So there we go. So that is what is all piled up here. It's all guitar bits ready for new projects. So building guitars sort of came about through work, really. So I teach at a further education college in the east of England, and the music department here was going to throw out a baby grand piano. We were offered it as a department for the obviously for the timber, because it's good timber, it's all mahogany, solid mahogany. So and before anyone gets upset, it wasn't an expensive piano or anything like that. It was a cheapie that was no good and that was sort of beyond repair in a lot of cases. So the best thing we could do was harvest it for parts and the timber. So that's what we did. And I've got so far 2 guitars out of it, or one that's still in progress. And yeah, so that's how that came about. Started, one of my students recommended Milehouse Studios as well. And it did take me a while to get used to him, but he is quite funny. And he does make some really nice guitars. So if you're looking for that sort of content, then go and have a look. He is really funny, bit rude. So if you don't like the swearing, then maybe steer clear. But you'd get some really good content and some good knowledge from someone who was a carpenter, you know, kitchen fitter by trade, and use those transferable skills to get into building guitars. A Telecaster you can build, if you know how to use a router, you can build a Telecaster no problem. And it's really enjoyable actually to know that I can make something that sometimes is very expensive to buy, or in a lot of cases is very expensive to buy. Feels really good, and I suppose that's why we make stuff, so that we can save money. Not that everything we make saves us money, but it definitely helps. This took quite a while. I started building the workshop in November. If you want a breakdown video of cost and things, then just let me know, and I'm sure I can look to put something together, just a brief video explaining the rundown of costs for my workshop. Then that sort of took place from, let's say, October, November 2024 up until I was able to move in as such, and it was boarded out and everything by, I think, April 2025. So a good sort of 6 months from start to finish of getting the thing built and getting all my stuff in. We were paying for a storage unit just around the corner from us, and that was nearly £200 a month. So it was really good to finally get this space done and move everything out of there and put it into the house or into the workshop. Yeah, so it's just a case of now, as I do stuff, moving stuff about, putting stuff in places. I've got my red toolbox up there that was down on the floor, which was really inconvenient. And that's just really good sort of general storage. I keep all sorts of stuff in there, all sorts of crap. But yeah, I need to work out places for chargers and where tools are going to be kept and things like that. Because at the moment, any horizontal surface is a dumping ground, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. In your own spaces. So it's good, it's been nice, you know, packing stuff away and not seeing it for a while, you sort of forget what you have. So it's been really cool to pull stuff out of boxes and see what I had and add to that stuff, so that I can make the stuff I want to make. It's been really, really good. And getting my sign up on the wall at the front that you'll see in a moment was a really nice moment, and felt like, not completion, but it felt like it was actually my workshop. So it's yeah, good, a little bit emotional. Oh, and I should say, new equipment. So I've upgraded my camera, I've got myself some microphones, so hopefully they're working. I'm sort of getting used to how they work, so hopefully that it sounds okay. I'm not blowing out any eardrums or anything like that. New camera, so I can now shoot in 4K, so that means a real improvement in the quality of my videos. I've got loads of lighting in here, so hopefully the lighting is good enough for videos. If not, I can always introduce some spotlights and things like that. But I've got a decent tripod. The camera stood on a really tall tripod, so I can get some really good shots and angles. I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, it's there's been a lot of change here at George Made This HQ, and it's all for the good. So hopefully I can sort of try and record some more videos and get a bit more regular with all this stuff. I've got some exciting stuff to announce soon, just waiting for some final details to be worked out. And yeah, we can continue what I was doing 4 years ago. So there we go. Okay, so shocking camera angle, but I thought it'd be nice to stand in front of my sign that I made. Still one of my favourite things I've ever made. It's definitely been battered in the move, but I like it. Thanks for coming and catching up. I'm really hoping I can get some more videos done. It might be another 4 years till you see me again, but who knows. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming for the catch up. Hope it was valuable for you. I hope you found it a good use of your time, and I'll see you in the next one.